In today's video, I'd like to compare a couple of charts, and it's not going to be as much about, the Fibonacci work that I do, but the moving averages and what these two charts actually have in common. If you look at the first chart, it's YY, and it's the one that had a beautiful, beautiful rally today. And you can say, well, how did you know that, that might happen? Well, you didn't know for sure, but there were a couple of things that you could see as far as the moving averages were concerned. You were above the 200 simple, you were above the 50 simple, and the 5 was above the 13. So that was, in a buy mode. And as far as the 5 and the 13, those are actually EMAs, and the other two, the 50 and the 200, are simple moving averages. Those are the four that I like to watch on the daily charts. I use other ones on the lower time frame charts for actual trigger entries in the trades. But anyway, let's get back to what this market did and what other chart looks kind of similar to this as far as where the moving averages are, and that's in VEEV. So the VEEV, you can see that price is clearly above the 200, above the 50. The 5 is above the 13. Now, you didn't have that spike rally like you did in YY, but the potential is there for that because you do have all the moving averages on the right side. One of the recent setups that we looked at in the trading room was, because we had all the moving averages on the right side, was a pullback that I set up on, I think it was both a 15 and a 30-minute chart, because if the larger pattern is going to continue to play out, then what we want to do as far as keeping the edge is wait for the pullbacks for entries. We did get a pullback earlier this week. It was pretty much tested. It didn't hit to the exact tick as far as this support decision, but it was close enough to look for buy triggers after you did see this pullback. It is starting to play out, and if it plays out in a similar way to the way YY did, our upside potential is going to be this 71 handle. Okay, so again, we never know if these trade setups are going to play out, but I just wanted to point out the similarities in those two charts.